Cornick for Paint and Porcelain and Paint and Porcelain Exchange. And today, one of the things that we're going to do is take some time to talk about Underlay one last time and answer all the questions that were brought up last time. I'm hoping that most of what I will do will answer those questions for you and you won't have to ask them. So first of all, for those of you who never watched the Underlay session to begin with, we're going to talk about what Underlay is. Underlay is either a white or a pink powder. The white powder I actually bought at Dallas, China, and it's a Jane Houston product. So for those of you that are interested in this, you can still get it, and I actually bought it at the Dallas, China. I got 3 of them because I use it quite a bit. I kind of like it. I've been real interested in how it works. Now, what you do is, for just a real quick recap, you find a piece you want to work on, and you're going to take and you're going to put stickers on that piece, and then you're going to take and you're going to pounce it on with a sponge very lightly. You're going to dilute the solution, and you can watch last week's live and you will see all this. So it won't be, you know, I'm not going to go through all that, but you put stickers on, you pounce this on, you remove the stickers and fire it. Then the next coat, you have a choice. You can either put like a mother of pearl on and it comes out like this. And the more blank spaces you have, like where I have the stickers on this, the more sparkle you get. This is liquid bright gold, believe it or not, but this is the underlay, the dark part, the rough part, and then this is the liquid bright gold. And again, so that works really well. So then there were a lot of other questions that came up. The first question was, I tried to find the stickers that I used because I was almost out of them, and I really had difficulty finding them. I found this by watching different places and reading and what have you. This is Elizabeth Craft Designs, and I got tons. I mean, look at these. I got tons of different laser cut stickers. Now, these stickers are exactly what you need. Some of the little girls and dogs and things on here have that, and I don't remember what it's called, but there's a new trend in Japan that's kind of makes everything look real cute, and this is part of that. So you will see some things and you'll go, I don't know if I can use that or not, but actually it really appeals to like my granddaughter and her generation. So you may want to consider it. But here, for example, let me show you what's on here. Oh, this one has a little girl. Good. This one has a little girl. Can you see her there over on this side? And she's dressed in like a really like leafy dress and everything. That's part of that movement. But it also has butterflies and little bugs and all kinds of things on it. I thought this one was interesting. It's a whole bunch of different kinds of squares that you could put down. Here's butterflies and flowers. There's hearts. They have a lot of things in here that you can use seasonally. They have pumpkins, they have puppies, they have, like this is Christmas cupcakes. And you see, you've got the little, you've got the candy canes, and you've got the holly. So these are very good. It cost me $26, which I thought was excellent. And I don't really know, probably 15, 20 of these here. I can't really tell you right off the top of my head. But this is the kind of stickers you want. And again, these are from Elizabeth Craft Designs. And you can just Google them and you can get them. They also have one that is just a border that comes to you. And then they have, gives you an idea of the cute girl. So if you have children, they may get a big kick out of this. See the cute little girls all done up with the fancy skirts and everything. They may get a big kick out of that, and maybe they'd even like to just pounce one themselves. So that's one that I would recommend to get if you need stickers. Okay, other lusters. Remember we were talking about somebody asked, can you use a different luster on this? So I tried and I did this. It's using blue-green luster. I used a dark luster intentionally, and you can see the butterflies, but the background, if you look at it closely and you hold it like I'm holding it here this close to me, you can see it's mainly gray and it's all different colors and it didn't come out well at all. So I would say no, don't use dark lusters. They come out with a gray or a brown background, and this luster, if you just put it on normally, would be like this. So that gives you an idea of what I was expecting, a much lighter, much prettier luster, and this is what I got. I got this gray kind of mixture, so that was not what I wanted. I also got a book, and it told me, it was kind of a helpful book. It was a whole section on Underlay. And I was looking through my stuff and I found it. And it said that you can actually use Underlay with your pen. Now, if you do that, you do have to dilute it more than you would normally dilute it to almost a pen consistency. And I tried it. Unfortunately, I put the darker luster over the top, but can you see there, if I turn it this way, see the raised, I did, what they were recommending was that you do like scroll work with it and then put a border on, and that would give you this elevated, textured scroll work, especially around the outside of a piece, or so that you could, have a little different look to it. So I did try this. You can do it. It's fairly simple to do. Let me just see what it says here. Let me just tell you what I mixed it with. I think I mixed it with pen oil. Yeah. I mixed it with a regular open pen oil just because I wanted to make sure that it kept flowing. And then I used the white underlay. I tried the white underlay with this. And if you do that and then put mother of pearl over it, makes a pretty border. Or if you wanted to draw your own things on there, you could. I also saw a vase that was done with 3 different kinds of luster. And one of them was the pen luster. And what they did was they drew the outline of a leaf on this vase strictly with the underlay like this. They just outlined the one leaf with the underlay, and it was really, really pretty. And then they put like a yellow luster over most of the piece, and they also had some stamped pieces on there, some stamped leaves. And when you put the luster over the stamped leaves, it makes an absolutely gorgeous, if you have the right stamps, absolutely gorgeous appearance. Now let me just show you here. I'm going to show you how to stamp with underlay today. But here are some examples. I stamped all of these. I bought stamps like this, where it's an outline of the flower. And I bought stamps like this, where it's flat. And the only thing that's actually dug out of the leaf is the vein work. And I have to tell you, these work the best. Let me show you. Okay, here's a stamp with the leaf stamp that's flat. Okay, and this is a stamp, and I kind of like this. There, you can see it. That's a stamp with 2 of these, which are my evergreen ones. And let me just get it the right angle here. Now the underlay turned that gray color with the blue in the background, but I actually like it. There. So it had the luster behind it, and the needles were gray, but it works, okay? This is my rose stamp. This is the rose stamp. And this is regular paint over the rose stamp. So I'm thinking borders or anything you might want to do. This is another way you could do it. This is 2 coats of carnation on it. And you can see that the stamp came out pretty well. And the bottom one, I did, and let me see if I can get it to shine for you here. And not really. But this is, I used the metallics on this. I thought for a fall plate it might be pretty to stamp all different leaves on a plate and then just put different metallics over it. So this is another example I have. So yes, you can, what I did with these is I stamped them, then I fired them, and then I put the color over them. So these are samples of that. And then this one up here, which you can barely see, is the mother of pearl. Here, let me turn it this way. There you can see it a little better. Oops, there, see? And that stamp it's this stamp. And that's how it turned out. Now, what I was trying to do was come up with, like for this, Cheryl Meggs told me that she had a vase and it didn't have any background on it or a plate. I don't remember which. And so what she did was she stamped like this and then put the mother of pearl over it. And it ended up making it look like brocade in the background. So it's really cool. So let me show you how we stamp it. This is just a regular tile. I use straight copaiba. This is the thick, dark copaiba. I have dark and light. This one is thicker and it worked better for stamping. That's why I did it. You don't have to do it though. It's entirely up to you. So I took an underlay and I'm going to take a pink one because I think it's easier for you to see. And you do have to use quite a bit of underlay to stamp. So I'm making a little pile because I want to make sure we have enough underlay. And in order to apply this, what I do is now my copaiba is very thick and gooey. Not a fat oil. I didn't try it with a fat oil, but it's very gooey, as you can see. And so I put a couple of drops on there and I start mixing it. And I want it so that it's, how do I describe it? Not quite a toothpaste consistency, but sort of like that. Probably close to a toothpaste consistency. I don't want it to get on my pad. There. And I just mix it. Keep mixing it. Now, the secret is that when you use a stamp, or at least this is what this book said, and this is what I've done, and it worked for me. I still need a little more here. I'll just take it off the side. There we go. Oh, that's good. You can kind of feel it. It moves better for you. You're going to want to spread it out evenly to match the stamp, like that. So I'm going to put that back. And I'm going to bring my piece up. And I'm going to take the leaf stamp. This is my most successful stamp so far. And I'm just going to put it in this and kind of just wiggle it back and forth a little bit. Pull it up and check it. Make sure I've got everything covered. You notice on this side it's not quite as covered as it is on that side. So I'm going to take this again and spread it out. Okay. And do it again. Now it's covered. And I'm just going to put it on here and press and lift. Has kind of a suction quality to it. Okay, so that's my leaf. And if you want to do a, here's my This is the stamp I got that has the evergreen on it. You do the same thing. You're going to take this, you're going to put it in, wiggle it back and forth a little, lift it up. That's pretty good. I'm just going to do it one more time. And you can put these on here. Press. I don't think you can get more than one. I'll try a second one. Nah, not so much. Okay. Then if you want to go back to using it again, you probably have to regroup it and spread it out fresh. Okay. And this time I'm going to use one of my flowers. I will use this one. I'm going to put it on. Wiggle back and forth a little, lift it up, didn't cover most of it. Then I'm going to go back in and try to get it so it's on everything. I may have to smear this again. It's just because I don't have a lot of paint left. You may want to do the bigger pieces first, but I've never had a problem doing it there. See, I've got it on everything pretty much. Could use a little more on the top. Okay. I'll put this back, and I will put this down and stamp. Well, this one's a little bit off, so you could wipe it off and try again. My underlay, I'm sorry, everything fires in my kiln at 017 because I can't control the heat, so everything is 017. So I hope that helps. That's just what it is. So then you fire this, okay? And it will come out really nicely. And as you saw with these, here's, now this one you can't see real well, but it's right there. But this one I think you can see pretty clearly. And it comes out, but you just see the outline. So then you have to paint a color over it. So that's why I'm saying, I think for something like this, if you wanted to do it like this, the best thing to do would be to practice first, see how your stamps work. But I will tell you, if you're going to purchase stamps, this one seems to have the best results with paints and gold and everything, because there's a large spot here that will be textured and everything else around it won't be. So it's entirely up to you. So cleaning my stamp now. I'll show you what I do. This is probably the hardest one to clean. Let me get a piece of paper to put underneath it because I don't want to wreck this. So, okay, put that underneath it. What I do is I take some turpentine with a dropper like this. Or I suppose you could use any kind of, whatever you use for your cleaner, you know. And I just put it around. Let it set a couple seconds. Now, your stamps will get really sticky if you leave it set too long. This Copaiba gets real sticky and very quickly, and will set up very quickly. So you want to scrub like this, and just scrub like if this side is going this way, scrub that direction. And then here you're going to scrub this direction. The middle, not so much. And then here you're going to scrub this direction and this direction. And just keep going around until you're sure it's out of the whole stamp. And then what I do is, and I just stamp. Usually on paper towel or something that's very absorbent, like this. And I just stamp and voila. Okay, so that's how I clean the stamps. And with the big stamps like this, it's really not that difficult. You just put it on, And I still use the toothbrush. Can you see it's already setting up a little bit? And we use this one first. And make sure you get around the sides of these like this, because you don't want any of the old stuff in there, or it will raise it off the plate, perhaps, if it's gunky. Okay, and I've got that now, and and then if I need to go around the sides, you can use a pointed or a non-pointed Q-tip and just pull out that color so you don't have it building up there. Yeah, see, I just, in these little places, I use a Q-tip if I need to, just to get rid of it, so it's not building up. And that works real well for me. And this is like the third or fourth time I've used these stamps, and they're fine. And this is my last one. Let me just clean this while I'm thinking about it. This one's a little harder again, because it's got the things going different directions. So you want to go this direction, and then you want to turn it and go this direction. Here's spray alcohol. There. Yeah, that seems to clean it really well too. It takes a little more out. Good to know. Yeah, look at how clean that is. I didn't even have to go back with the Q-tip. So, oops, this way. There we go. Yep, so alcohol does work. Okay. Now that I've stamped it, I leave them overnight to dry before I put them in the kiln. I just do that because it seems like every once in a while I get something that'll run, or something that'll do something I don't want it to do. And so I think it's better if I just leave it overnight, and it's fine. Pick up those brushes, keep painting, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. I hope you enjoyed the program, and I hope you'll take a minute to subscribe so that other people can learn more about China painting and we can get the word out to more people. You also can look at the links below. My Paintnporcelain.com website has a lot of freebies and printables for new and experienced painters, as well as studies, supplies, and even some of my hand-painted china. So thank you again, and I'll see you next time.